All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you the 7 essential apps that I use every single day to run my small business. Now, I wanted to make this video because if you're a business owner, you know the world of software can feel endless. You're trying to figure out what tools to use for what, and just when you think you've got it down, your business grows, and suddenly you need a whole new set of tools to solve a new set of problems. It's honestly exhausting sometimes. Like, if you're watching this and thinking, man, I feel like I'm spending more time trying to pick the right app than actually using it, believe me, you're not alone. That's been me too. I've spent way too much time in this weird spiral where I'm researching, testing, comparing, and I'm not really getting anything done. And I finally realized that the real problem wasn't the tools themselves. It was how I was using them. Most of the time, it's not about finding the perfect tool, it's about picking one and using it well. So that being said, I'm just gonna help you cut through the noise and show you the 7 apps that I actually run my business with. These are the tools that I use every single day to stay organized, communicate with the team, manage projects, get leads, and keep the business running clean. Just to give you a little context, in case you're new here, my name is Kevin Camus. I started a marketing agency called LaunchKit about 4 years ago, sitting here in our office downtown Grand Rapids. We've got a full-time team of 5, and right now we're doing about $52,000 a month in sales. Everything I'm about to show you is stuff that's actually working for us right now in real time. This is behind the scenes. And here's the real kicker. This is actually what motivated me to make this video today. It's that wandering through the forest feeling, because when I take time to slow down and reflect, I kept noticing how much time I've actually wasted over the years thinking about which app to use instead of just using one and getting work done. Your CRM isn't gonna close the deals for you. You are. The tool doesn't get the job done, you do. And I've gone round and round on CRMs, so in today's video, I'm actually gonna show you which one that I finally stuck with a little bit later in this video. Anyways, your time is valuable. I'm grateful you're here learning with me today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, first up, we have Things 3. This is my to-do list app of choice. I use this app every single day. It is on my iPhone, my iPad, my MacBook, so no matter where I'm at, the second I have an idea, I write it down in the inbox. And then from there, I'll either assign it to a specific day or I'll just let it sit in the inbox until I'm ready to act on it. And I wanted to start this video with things as the first thing because having a solid to-do list system is honestly everything. If you don't have a good way to track tasks, you're gonna be living in constant chaos with notes everywhere, stuff falling through the cracks. It's gonna feel like you're constantly behind. And this app, Things 3, is what keeps me from living in that mode. So let me give you a quick real life example. I was at a run club this past Monday and I was running with my friend Austin, and we were talking about an upcoming race, the bridge run. And I realized that I hadn't signed up yet. So mid-run, I pulled my phone out of my pocket and ran on the lock screen. I hit the little plus button and I voice dictated sign up for bridge run. And then I went back to the conversation, didn't even miss a stride. And Austin was funny, he looked over and was like, did you just write that down? And I was like, yeah, now it's out of my brain and I'm back to enjoying this moment. So that right there is why I love Things 3. It's simple, it's clean, it's powerful. I actually even made a full video on my exact Things 3 to-do list setup. If you want to go deeper on this idea, I'll go ahead and link that one up there. All right, number 2, ClickUp, our project management tool. So ClickUp is LaunchKit's project management hub, but it's kind of a beast, and it's also the heartbeat of everything we do. So ClickUp is in the same family as tools like Monday.com, Asana, Basecamp. We actually used Monday.com a few years back. We switched to ClickUp and it's been awesome. So what I love about it is how customizable it is. It's really a blank canvas and you can build it around how you work. There's no necessarily right or wrong way to do something. Basically, you create different lists for different parts of the business, and then inside of each lists are gonna be your tasks. And those tasks are gonna have all your custom fields, your statuses, assignees, comments, all the project management stuff. So let me walk you through how we use it. So we've got a list for each website project, and then each project is a task. So tasks move through the statuses based on where they're at in the build process. And we actually share this task with the client. And then inside the task is where we have our conversations, we share links, we upload files, we honestly keep track of everything. It's great because it keeps the whole project centralized. For our marketing clients, each one of them actually gets their own list. And inside of that are tasks that move through our pipeline when things go from idea to production, editing, caption writing, client review, and then finally posted. We've even got automations that'll switch the assignee based on who's responsible for that part of the process. Okay, and then there's stuff that I'll use ClickUp for personally, like tracking taxes. Every year I'll duplicate this list of tax deadlines, and then I'll plug in new dates and the new amounts for the year, and then I'll even link out to the local, state, and federal portals so that I can actually remember where to pay each one of these taxes. You know, our brains are really good at coming up with new ideas, but they're terrible at storing them. So ClickUp basically gives us the space to stop thinking about the little stuff and focus on doing the big stuff. All right, quick pause. If you are enjoying this content topic, please let me know by hitting like and subscribe. And here's the YouTuber secret. So inside a YouTube Studio, I can actually see which videos brought in the most subscribers. And that is the clearest signal that a video is actually valuable to someone. And that helps me know what to make more of. So I've got tons of ideas for videos to make. I just want to make sure that the content that I'm making is actually helpful for you. I don't have an online course to sell or anything, so if you're finding this useful, click like and subscribe. Anyways, back to today's video. All right, app number 3, Go High Level, our CRM of choice. So next up, the CRM, let's talk about Go High Level. I have spent way too much time messing around with different CRMs, trying to find the one that is just right, and I'll be honest, a lot of them left me feeling like I was paying for a ton of features that I couldn't even access. So we were using HubSpot before, and I never felt like I could really master the platform because everything I needed felt like it was locked behind some paywall, whether that was in the pro or enterprise plans. And I wasn't at a place to pay the big onboarding fee plus committing to a year-long contract at the stage of business that we've been at. So anyways, we switched over to Go High Level, and I gotta say, it's actually been a game changer. As a marketing agency, we're on the agency $297 plan, and we've unlocked everything. There's no hidden fees, no gatekeeping, and I feel like I've been able to really customize the platform to fit the way that we work. And obviously the bonus is that we're a marketing agency, so we actually get to include Go High Level for all of our clients. So when somebody hires LaunchKit to do their website or marketing, you get set up on the CRM on High Level, and we can build it for you. We can do one-on-one support. It's awesome, honestly. So whenever you have questions, we'll hop on a call and work on it together, whether that's an automation, a pipeline, a custom field, whatever it is. So anyways, let's take a peek at how we're using it here. So we store all of our contacts here. Basically, each lead that comes in becomes an opportunity in the opportunities, and then it moves through the sales pipeline. I love this dashboard here. It gives me a snapshot of new contacts, new opportunities, won deals, and then where those opportunities came from. Over in the marketing panel, we can run marketing campaigns, and the sites panel, we can build forms, generate QR codes. I love my calendar links, so I'll use the calendars here to generate calendar links. And then finally, one of the best parts is the automations. My favorite one is that when someone fills out the form on our website, it goes right into High Level, and then High Level automatically creates the opportunity, and then it follows up with that contact and says, hey, we got your inquiry message. Here's what the next step is. It's a calendar link to schedule a consultation call. All of that happens automatically. So the best part is when I'll walk out of a meeting, I'll check my phone, and I'll see that somebody submitted the form, and then that they already booked the free consultation call. And this was all happening while I was doing other stuff. I built this automation after hearing Alex Hormozi talk about how following up with your leads within a very short period of time drastically increases your close rate. So I don't remember the exact stat, but the principle stuck with me. Speed wins. All right, app number 4, QuickBooks, keeping the books clean. So let's switch gears and talk a little bit about accounting. We have used QuickBooks here at LaunchKit since day one, and it's been really solid. I wouldn't say I'm much of an accounting and finance guy, but QuickBooks does make it quite manageable for a small business owner. So my routine is that every Tuesday I have a recurring task that comes up in Things 3, and it says review accounting. And during that time, I'll go into QuickBooks, I'll go through all the transactions from the week, and I'll categorize everything. I'm able to do this because you can connect your bank account and credit cards to QuickBooks, and then it'll pull in all the transactions, so all you have to do is categorize them correctly. So when you pull up a P&L statement, it's clean, organized, all the data's there. So then come tax season, everything's honestly already done for you. So we also use QuickBooks for payroll. We've got all of our full-time team members set up there, and QuickBooks runs the payroll every other week like clockwork. We recently rolled out 401k plans too through a platform called Guideline. They just got acquired by Gusto, so that might change. But I chose Guideline specifically because it integrates directly with QuickBooks. So once a team member sets up their 401k contribution plan, the money's automatically withheld from their paycheck, and LaunchKit actually even matches 5% of it. So honestly, saying this out loud makes me sound way more accounting savvy than I actually am. But the beauty of it is that once you get it set up properly, it kind of just runs on autopilot. Our CPA here in town has access to our QuickBooks account, so as long as I stay on top of categorizing the transactions each week, we're pretty much good to go. All right, app number 5, Notion. This is my digital brain. So if you've used Notion or ClickUp, you might be wondering, why am I using both? And honestly, that's a good question. The short answer is that ClickUp is for LaunchKit and Notion is for Kevin. Keeping a somewhat clean line between the business and my personal stuff has really helped me out a lot with life and work balance. So I'm gonna run through exactly how I use Notion. Let's take a peek at it. All right, first up, we have the daily journal. This is basically just a database called Journal, and then I view it as a calendar. So each day I click on the little plus icon and it creates a fresh page, and that becomes my digital notepad for the day. Throughout the day, I'll jot down thoughts, notes, random ideas, and a lot of times it's basically a scratch pad that I'll use for emails, messages, or docs. I just really like writing in Notion. Number 2, the people and companies databases that I made. So I like to be intentional about remembering people's names, so I keep a really simple database where I write down new people when I meet them, plus if there's anything helpful to help me remember them. And then I'll link those people to the companies that they work at. It helps me stay in touch with what everybody's working on. Third database, library. This one is for tracking books, podcasts, movies, and shows. I'll take notes on books and podcasts, and then for movies and shows, it's kind of more of like a watch list. So you know how there's times where someone tells you, you have to watch this, and you go, yeah, and then you forget about it 10 minutes later. So what I'll do is I'll just write it down, and then when Ellen and I are looking for something to watch, we're not stuck doom scrolling Netflix for an hour. Okay, fourth database is projects. This is where I keep anything that's longer term. If it's something that's gonna span a few days or weeks, I'll basically just create a project page for it, and it helps me keep track without cluttering up the day-to-day journal. It's easier to go back and find things. Fifth, the events database. This one's kind of fun. So whenever I've got something fun coming up on the calendar, I'll make a page for it, and that's where I'll put like packing lists, notes, ideas, itineraries. After the event, maybe I'll hop in and throw some photos, memories. It's kind of like a digital scrapbook, I guess. Super simple, but it makes the planning process a lot more fun. I'll even share this page with Ellen so that we can work together on it. All right, the 6th app, Google Drive, Gmail, Drive, Calendar. This one's kind of obvious, but I'm including it because it's foundational. You know, we use Gmail, Google Drive, and Google Calendar every single day. So I wanted to include this because if you're just getting started or you're running a business off of a @gmail.com address, it's time to take the leap and set up the proper work email. It's one of those little details that does say a lot about the way you run your business. So beyond email, Google Drive is our central data storage spot. So every doc, spreadsheet, PDF, it all lives in Drive. Love it because it gives me a sense of it's totally secure, and best of all, it's easy to share. So we don't have to download and upload material. You just send a link and you're good to go. As for Google Calendar, I genuinely don't know how people would function without this. If it is not on the calendar, it's not happening. I'll use this for everything. Meetings, personal plans, doctor's appointments, workouts. I even schedule in date nights. Yes, I will send Ellen a calendar invite for a date night. I'll own that one. All right, there you have it. That is the 7 apps that I use every single day to run my business, LaunchKit. When I actually wrote this all out, I was kind of surprised by how much software is running behind the scenes, but you know, I think that's what it takes to build something that runs smoothly without you having to do every single thing manually yourself. One of my favorite quotes from a great book, Great CEOs Are Lazy, is elevate and delegate, meaning that you need to build systems and processes that will increase your leverage so you can actually get more done without working more hours. At this point, if you've watched all this and are like, okay, I like this, but I'm wondering where I should start, I would start with Things 3. That's the one that really changed the game for me by having that to-do list system in place. I've actually got a full breakdown video on how I set up Things 3 and use it every day. Go ahead and link that one up there. So go ahead and check that video out next.